Hello. Good evening. It's quite late now. I've just spent the last 8 hours playing Dungeons and Dragons with some very good friends of mine, and then having dinner with those self-same friends. And as a result, it is now 11 at night. Yeah, 11 at night, and I've been up running around doing things since about 8. So, like a nice normal day, but it's all focused on one thing. I played Court of Swords, episode 132, live episode. We haven't done one since, what, like February? And I always forget just how different it is to play D&D with my group in person. It's something we talk about every time, how it's kind of magical, sort of like this different version of the game you're used to. And this time, what struck me most about it was how we had these moments of quiet. Normally, when you're playing over Skype or Zoom or whatever, there's a lot more stop and start. There's like Zeke is talking, stop. Max is talking, stop. Adam is talking, stop. Dan, stop. Adam, stop. JP, and you go back and forth in this much more constrained way, and it works. I think that it's still great to do and great to watch. I still like it. There's a lot of advantages to playing online. Access to the internet. I can look at chat. I can look up rules. I can check Wikipedia for stuff. I can fact check. But there is something just so like intense and focused about playing at the table. Playing at the table and with an audience. And I'm sure that if I did it more regularly, it wouldn't seem so different, obviously. Like right now, it's the exception rather than the rule. And I'm sure that if we played more like Critical Role or like Saving Throw Show, we would end up feeling different about it. But for me, it's still kind of a treat. It's still sort of neat to be able to roll dice and like get Zeke to do all the math for you and play in person. And so there were a few of these moments throughout the show today where like I would make a little joke quietly, and say Zeke would notice the joke and give me a high five or a wave. And you can't really do that as much. There isn't as much of this sort of organic, like quiet chatter. And then also like everybody's intensity was higher than usual, but our volume was lower than usual. So we're having these conversations that are at very calm and quiet volume, which felt like different and unusual. It made the whole first act quite tense, which was fun. And then we did a cool set piece fight that I had been really looking forward to and hoping that they would play. And we got to end on a cool cliffhanger. And I feel great about how the episode went. I feel like it was a really good show. The numbers were good, which is a good way for me to indicate that like we're succeeding, from a business perspective. People are tuning in to watch. It's always really important. And from a creative perspective, I feel like I got a lot done. We did a lot of cool things. Everybody had a chance to shine. And like, I don't know, I just feel really good about it. And I feel, and this is something that, I don't know, maybe you experience this too if you DM and you DM for like a long time. I'm so tired after, not just physically tired. Like, yes, I'm ready right now to just throw myself into my bed and pass out. But it's also a brain tiredness where I can't really formulate my thoughts very well. And I'm kind of tripping over my words a little. And I feel like punch drunk. That's the only way I can describe it, is like, I feel like I've been concentrating so hard and for such a long time. One too many hits to the melon. And, being on for 8 hours straight, basically with a little break in the middle, it's a lot, especially if you're used to shorter periods or, GMing is tough, right? It takes a lot of brain power. You're both coming up with problems for the players to solve and answering their questions about the world and about what's going on. And, like, being everything else in a role-playing game is a lot of work, a lot of responsibility. And doing it for a whole day is exhausting. And so if you got to watch it, if you watched the live episode, I guess now yesterday, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't get a chance or you've never watched Court of Swords or anything, that's cool. It's floating around on the internet. You can watch it if you want. It's a great campaign, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's been interesting thinking about how it's going to end. So it was nice to take some steps towards that, get another live show in by the end of the year, and hopefully we'll be able to do a bunch more next year. I'm really looking forward to role-playing games and stuff I'm going to be doing in the new year. We're going to continue doing the shows that we're doing. We're going to probably end Court of Swords sometime in 2020. We're going to keep doing Far Verona. Hopefully we'll get more episodes that we can do. I'm going to keep doing Roll20 Presents. We're going to keep playing Descent into Avernus. Jace is going to continue into the new year, and I've got some other new projects, like one-shots and some other stuff coming up that I'm really looking forward to. And this isn't the end for December, right? We've got Dungeon World one-shot with Asa and Morgan Butterfield and Dodger and JP and me, and, obviously a few more episodes of each show leading up to the end of the year. And I think I talked about this in an earlier video, like, January 1st is such an arbitrary time to like turn things over and do new stuff, but it's nice to have that excuse. Like it could be any day. It could be like my creative year begins in the middle of October or in the spring or whatever, but it's nice having that excuse to be like, this is a new show or this is a new project or this is a new thing I'm doing in 2020. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully be able to share some of those details soon about some of the projects we're working on. I have one project that's sort of caught in NDA mire. There will be a time where I can announce it, but it's not now. And hopefully by the end of December, I'll have one of my new projects for Q1 of 2020 to announce. So I've been kind of thinking about that. I've got one foot in the future and one foot in today, and little to no attention to what comes behind me. I don't know, I sometimes feel alone about that. Like that's not a thing other people experience, where I'm so busy that once something is done, my brain files it away in the complete pile, just checks the box. And it's like it happened to me a year ago. Like this, in this moment, and getting to unpack, talking about the live show and kind of explore that now, it's nice. It's a nice luxury opportunity. But I know in a couple of days, by the time we do the next episode, by Tuesday, the live show will be a thing that happened to past Adam. And I feel like I go through these phases of, 5, 6, 7 years where I completely reinvent or reestablish myself, right? Like I've been doing streaming and creating content for 5 years. Before that, I had sort of a double shot of advertising. And I wonder when the next big kind of reboot is going to be. But I have to say, like maybe more than any other time in my life, I'm most comfortable now with who I am, right? My own personal sense of myself, my philosophies, my identity, my place in the world as a queer person, as a member of the tabletop community. I feel like I'm connected to my own core identity in a way that I never really have been. And it's just weird that it took me, 36 years to get here. And I don't know. Maybe I won't go through another change. Maybe I'm going to be a tabletop role-playing game, content creating photography guy until the end of my life. Maybe that'll be something that happens. Maybe I won't do this change again. I think that a lot of the time when I go through kind of identity reimaginings, or I start thinking about, who is Adam Coble? What does it mean to be Adam Coble? I feel like, and it sounds just so stupid to even talk about, but I just feel like every time I do it, I'm coming closer to not an ideal. There's no inner me. I really believe that there's no core truth to a person. I think that we're all fundamentally reactive, right? We react to the situation that we're in. We react to the people we're around. We go through these mask donning rituals with people and with situations, environments. And so I don't believe that there is like a core fundamental version of me that I'm somehow getting closer to, but the masks that I'm wearing fit better now than I think they ever have. And that's a real nice feeling. And I come out of endeavors like this, like today's episode, feeling reassured, feeling like, yes, this is what I want to do. This feels right to me. I get to do what I love. I get to be who I love being. And I have an audience of people there to, like, not always, but usually reassure me that, like, that is a thing that has value. And that's quite cool. I'm very comfortable with where I am. And it's nice. Thank you for your contribution to that. The only thing I think that would make my life better right now would be if I was in bed. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But thanks for watching this slightly shorter than usual Vlogmas video. We're back home tomorrow. I'm traveling in the morning, but I should be home tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. I've got a few things to set up, and then we begin a brand new week. I think the next time I'm going to be on stream will be Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, rather, for Descent into Avernus. But I'll keep churning out vlogs. I got another one coming out every day. That's the plan. We haven't missed one yet. And I thought if I was going to miss one, it would be Hawaii or now. So we've been doing good. I'm proud. So I'm going to keep doing it. You keep watching. Deal? Deal. All right. That's it. Good night. I'm done. I'm going to sleep. It's happening. Beep boop beep ba doop boop boom beetle a bounce ba down bunk bunk.